All right, here we are, the first segment of Be the Shift, this new season, and so grateful to introduce Matt Winkley, who we've connected through a fellow death doula friend of mine. And it was a really cool meeting because he lives his truth, and so much of his path has informed how he lives out of integrity and really showing up in full and presence and service, and is also living a very um, wealthful, abundant life. So I'll go ahead and let you introduce yourself, Matt, and share more about what's been driving you in these last years.
Great. Thanks, Chelsea. The way I usually like to kind of start off or introduce myself is tell my story a little bit. And I am an average guy from a small town on the East Coast from New England, and I wanted to live a big life. Shortly after graduating college, I was kind of the typical, 22-year-old. I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life. I wasn't quite sure college prepared me for that. And the only thing that I could come up with was I wanted to live in paradise year round. And that was like the only dream or the biggest dream that I sort of had at that time. And I saw San Diego being like sort of this, live at the beach, learn how to surf, sounded a lot of fun to me. So I booked a one-way ticket. I had, no job, no money, no car, no network established. I didn't know anyone. I just literally got on a plane and headed for the West Coast and landed. And so that was sort of big dream one that I accomplished. And in San Diego for about a year, I had various jobs to sort of survive and get by. It was the next sort of dream or phase that I wanted to do was I was working as a teacher at a school, and uh, they have a lot of forms and things you have to fill out if you want to get time off. And I remember I just wanted this sort of like long weekend, and I filled out the form like a month in advance just to get a couple days off, and they denied that time off. And it was like the last straw. I was like, I have no control over my time. I have no control in freedom of like these 8 hours a day, right? We sleep 8 hours a day, we work 8 hours a day. Like, the only thing I had was like a few hours a day to myself where I actually could, control my time. And so I was like, I'm done working for other people. I want to figure out how to be my own boss. I want to do stuff that matters. I want to crack the code on money and finances. I knew nothing about that as a young person. And so I decided to start a business. Again, I didn't know, I had no experience in business and no experience in leading people. I had no experience in organizational development. All I had was this another dream to be my own boss and do stuff that mattered and learn about how money works. And so I started a small business out of my apartment. I had a business partner at the time, and we were just two young guys who really wanted to do something big. And so I started a business working with kids on the autism spectrum. And that was the only thing that I really had experience doing at the time. So I worked with that population as a teenager and sort of my summers off from college. And slowly but surely, we built this small little tiny thing out of the apartment into a really big, sizable healthcare company with 200 employees, thousands of patients that we were serving. And, that was over the course of 12, 13 years. And I learned a lot about business. I learned a lot about how to lead people. I learned a lot about myself and what I was capable of doing. All the stories and all of the self-talk that we create that, oh, this isn't possible, or I'm not capable of doing this. There's no way. I had to break through all those kinds of barriers to be able to obtain the success that we reached. And so it was an incredible, place to start. I think it's great to not know what you're doing. It allows you to sort of break the rules, if you will, and not necessarily follow how you're supposed to do it.